What's up, fam? I just wanted to touch on a very important topic, man. So, it appears that witch hunts are back in style. Okay. So anybody who knows about indigenous traditions, uh, they know that there was a point in time where we were subjected to witch hunts. We were killed, brutalized, for basically healing people, for utilizing nature in order to bring about relief, things of that nature. If you were not a follower of Abrahamic traditions and you decided that you were going to be on the indigenous side, you were subjected to witch hunts. All right. Even right here in America, I mean, you had the Salem witch trials, you know. And when they would do these things, they subjected everybody that was kind of not in that bracket of Abrahamic tradition as witches. Okay. I know in today, because of the fact of the practices being more open, there is a difference between a witch and somebody who is a practitioner that came in through tradition, that came in through rites of passage, right? So there's a difference between a brujo and a wungan. There's a difference between, a bokor and a santero, right? But in those ancient periods of time, uh the people that were a part of organized religion did not differentiate. They did not differentiate that. They just put you all in that bracket and you were subjected to being brutalized. um and it's crazy because this mentality of vilifying and killing off those who stuck to indigenous practice, it seems as though it has carried into today, even though it seems as though the world is open to it. So I've noticed that this witch hunting is not just subjected to those of us in indigenous practices. It's also now being subjected to people who speak the truth in general on social media. So if you are a person that speaks truth, if you are a person that comes with an opinion that's not connected to one of the mainstream power sources, you will be subjected possibly to witch hunting. And so you're starting to see people getting their pages deactivated because they're saying certain things that have truth about current situations in the media, right? Um, a lot of people are being subjected to being shadow banned, where on the surface it looks like, your page is normal, but for some reason it's not going into the feed to reach the masses the way it's supposed to. But yet videos of ignorance can go through the feed no problem and get exposed to everybody. But when it's content of substance, eye-opening things, for some reason it has trouble getting through the algorithms, right? We are being subjected to modern day witch hunting, and it's digital. The powers that be are attempting to silence those that hold a certain type of knowledge. The power structure has been fighting this for a very long time. Social media put some more power back into the hands of the people, but as you guys should know, the power structure will find a way to manipulate that over time in order to maintain power. And so this is what you're seeing now. I know on TikTok, there are some witches on there that are now starting to complain that some of their content is being shadow banned. Popular people. I know that on YouTube, a lot of people that I see that are subscribed to certain teachers are not getting notifications when their teacher goes live. They're not getting the notifications when that person drops a new video, even though they have clicked the bell, even though they have clicked the notification bell to receive those notifications. For some reason, throughout the algorithms, it's not being respected when it comes to people that are putting out information that is life-changing, quality type of information. That is not being respected in the algorithm, it seems, to the point where now you just got certain people straight up banned from social media. You know, Minister Farrakhan is one who was banned from social media. He recently just had, I believe, a speech at Savior's Day, and you know, many platforms blocked that speech, and you were not able to hear it. Understand that the power structures that be are attempting to silence those that have a voice and silence those who are speaking truth to power. Okay. And we also seen this talking about, you know, jabs and things like that. I mean, we've seen this where now there's fact checkers, right? So now fact checkers have popped up on Instagram and Facebook, and now it comes out that those fact checkers are opinionated. So the fact checker is based on opinions as well, right? It's political stuff involved. So family, y'all have to realize what's going on. And as the people that are following influencers that are pushing the envelope on knowledge, influencers that are a part of the mass awakening, as the power structures try to curb that mass awakening into fruitless things, it is your job as people that follow these influencers to continue to spread their content, to continue to get these words out. Because if you do not do that, all of this momentum behind these awakenings will fizzle out. So realize that the power is in the hands of you, the viewer, as well, to share the content of your favorite spiritualists, to share the content of your favorite teachers, so that other people can be put on game, so that other people can learn. Okay. And you know, those who follow me know my whole thing is I like to get people on a path of empowering themselves through tradition so that they can become the master magicians of their own reality, of their own environment, and have control over their situations. And somebody like me, absolutely, I go through the same type of thing that I'm talking about. Random shadow bans on certain content that I put forth. It's not to the point, because my followers are relatively loyal. So they come checking for the content as well. You know, they come checking for what's new. They come, you know what I'm saying? But just realize that as a whole, every influencer, it might not be the same. And so we all have to work together to continue to push back against this attack by continuing to spread knowledge, by continuing to spread wisdom, by continuing to spread those influencers that have the information. If you have a favorite influencer, be sure to find other ways to follow that person. Me, for one, that's why I have my private mentorship. So in the Temple of Indigenous Spiritualism, if they decide to cut me off of Facebook, if they decide to cut me off of YouTube, or they shadow ban me on there where my content can't get to you guys the same way, well, I have these privatized teachings within my private mentorship. And even within that, I had the emails of the individuals that are involved as well. Every time somebody books a reading with me, as a client, I have their email. Okay. So we can even stay in contact if the social media aspect, for some reason, it becomes an issue with me in that. So I still have a line of communication with people. Okay. My Instagram is available for people to follow me on there as well and direct message me, things like that. But I try to have different webs for people to be a part of, where if one thing, something goes down on, I still have another thing or still have another thing. Okay. So, for you guys that are following your favorite content creators or content creators that are influencing your life in a positive way, find different ways to connect with those people. If they have things like private um, um, things that you can be a part of, be a part of them. Because I'm gonna tell you, this censorship is going to get worse, and there's going to be a real fight over censorship. It's going to be a real issue. Trust me, because it's already becoming an issue. It's going to become a bigger issue. All right. And within that, a lot of our voices are going to be attempted to become muted. They will continue to attempt to mute our voices. They will continue to attempt for this knowledge to not get out, so that they will continue to try to keep you powerless as the everyday citizen. And that's why I come on here, family, and I talk my shit on YouTube. Because at the end of the day, I want power to be giving back into people that want it, that want to take it serious, that want to use information to further their journey. Power structures don't like when everyday people are empowered, because they can be overthrown, or they can be outgunned, they can be outworked. They don't like that. So understand, family, don't lose focus, don't lose sight of this, and you have to become a vehicle of the messages to get out to the public, because something that you shared could change the life of another individual. A video that you shared could lead somebody down a path of enlightenment, that then they lead somebody on a path of enlightenment, and so on and so forth. Don't allow these people to win out on this witch hunt for those that are spreading knowledge. Don't allow them to win out. And the thing that you can do to not allow them to win out is to become more invested in the people that are your spiritual teachers, in the people that are giving you this knowledge. Become more invested in them. Be more of a person that shares their content. Be more of a person that vouches for the things that that teacher or that spiritualist does, so that other people can get put on game. And then from that point, they can be a part of it, because the witch hunt is on. And those of us that are spreading truth are being targeted. I know a lot of people listening to this even probably went through not getting notifications from their favorite YouTuber. And likely that YouTuber is somebody who is spreading knowledge and information. Understand, family, this is what's taking place now. So with that being said, continue to spread light and knowledge. Light is knowledge, enlightenment. When we saying spread light, spread enlightenment. continue to spread enlightenment to people so that they can become enlightened or further along their journey. Be proactive in this fight against censorship, because the fix is in, family. And they're going to continue to try to push this on you. And then they're going to use things like racism in order to justify the means of them censoring you. I don't want them to censor a racist, because if they censor a racist, then they can also censor somebody that's speaking out against the power structure. They're not going to be moral about how they do it. They're going to then apply it to everybody, but they will use somebody that's not liked. Remember, Donald Trump got kicked off of social media before, and they used the fact that they said that he had racist, divisive rhetoric, and that's why they did it. But you don't realize that that same thing will then apply to you. When things are not fair, they're going to use that same thing to say you're doing that because you're speaking out against things that are not right in your society. And when that happens, you will be muted legally. Understand what I'm telling y'all, family. This is a rabbit hole that society does not want to go down. If somebody feels how they feel, they can feel how they feel. At the end of the day, we cannot allow them to win out the witch hunt, because the witch hunts are back, but it's digital now. They can silence you with a click of a button. Understand this, family. So with that being said, y'all stay proactive in that fight. Y'all stay proactive in that battle. You make sure that you are being a vehicle, a messenger of the content of those spiritualists that you follow to help to thwart this attack on people. Me, as a priest of voodoo, we operate a certain way, but now a lot of us are starting to come onto social media in order to guide others into light, enlightenment. And, it's becoming an issue with some of us because of the censorship, because of the shadow banning, the blocking of knowledge and wisdom. So with that said, family, I'm out. All right, well.